Hey, what's going on, guys? Felix here from Podcasting Secrets and the Shopify Masters podcast. And today I want to talk to you about why deadlines never worked for me. And actually, I almost kind of never really tried them and why they work for me today. So, getting things done is my mindset right now. It's my mindset for the last couple weeks. How do I get things done on schedule? How to move things along? How to move things along, especially for my course launch podcast from scratch, which teaches people how to go from having no podcast, maybe even no idea for what the podcast is about, to actually having a fully launched podcast by the end of it. If you actually sign up for my email list, get on it this week, you actually get access to this for free, which I'm going to eventually sell later. But it's a masterclass is going to be free if you sign up from email list today at podcastingsecrets.co. So my goal is to get things done faster, and I've always heard the common advice, right, from entrepreneurs, people that are successful, people that get a lot done. They say set deadlines, hold yourself accountable to them, and I never gave it a shot because I always thought to myself like, hey, I'm in control of my own self. So if I set my own deadlines, what will stop me from just letting myself off the hook, right? If my deadline comes along, I'm not done it, and I'm supposed to say, you know what, let me give myself another day. Like, what's going to stop me from that? I'm accountable to myself, and I know I don't trust myself to keep myself to deadlines, so I never gave them a shot because I knew that I would just let them, pass. And but this time, as I'm launching the podcast from scratch masterclass, I decided just to try it out, right? Because I'm in this mindset of let me try things out that people tell me to do that I hear often and see what happens. So I tried it out and I set the deadlines, and I'm actually getting things done on time. I'm actually moving this thing along. And what changed for me is nothing to do with setting deadlines. It actually has to do with the way I think about deadlines. Before, I used to think that a deadline's purpose is to make sure that you have a set time where the thing you're working on is perfect and ready to go by that date. No ifs, ands, or buts. It has to be done and it has to be ready, it has to be perfect by that date. What I realized instead was that a deadline was more of like a ceiling, a cap, a check that makes sure that you weren't that makes sure that I'm not trying to be perfect. So if I set a deadline that I need to record my video or finish my slides by tomorrow, if I haven't started it yet, I have to hustle to get it done. And if tomorrow comes, midnight comes, 11:59 comes, and a PM comes, and I am not completely done, it's not perfect, too bad. I'm releasing it. I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next thing. So basically, what a deadline is doing to me, is teaching me, is that I have to get things out, whether they be good, bad, or ugly. It does not have to be perfect. The deadline is there to tell me that put it out there. If it's 80% done, which most of the time by deadline comes, it's 80% done. It's 80%, perfect. So it's forcing me to release things to move along before perfection, and that's my biggest problem. I keep on thinking that has to be perfect before I finish things by deadline. But now I'm realizing that what deadlines is for me is it forces me to go ahead with imperfection, to move forward even though things are not perfect. Stop waiting for things to be perfect, and that attitude is what forces action. Actually, what I'm seeing in my own life is that it actually forces me to make progress. So I'm going to keep on doing these deadlines for this podcast from scratch masterclass that I'm putting together. Things from writing the emails, putting together slides, recording videos, coming up with examples, how to do the marketing before and after, setting up a registration page. So a lot of things to do. I set deadlines for all of them. I'm hitting them. I'm about halfway through now, and I'm making progress. So I'm a big fan of deadlines now, just to force me to do things that are not going to be perfect, just to force me to take imperfect action, which is the only action that actually results in getting anything done and actually makes progress and actually moves me towards my business goals of launching my podcasting education business. So I'm going to keep on doing that. The big transformation for me was that I got to realize, like, hey, if everyone's giving me the same advice, just try it out, because I heard a deadline thing forever. Like, I read so many books and blogs and podcasts I listened to that talk about setting deadlines, holding yourself accountable to them. I always immediately responded with this immediate response in my head that it's not going to work for me. I'm smarter than that. I can outsmart myself and not hold myself to these deadlines. I can be lazy. I can't hold myself accountable. I started saying all these reasons why things are not going to work for me. And of course, they don't work for you if you say they're not going to work for you because you never try it, which is exactly what I did. So I'm going to stop being so easy to turn myself off of things I hear frequently from advice I hear from other entrepreneurs and other people that are successful. So Again, this is for the podcast from scratch masterclass. If you want to get it for free, you sign up this week, you will get access to it for free and lots of other cool bonuses. Just go to podcastingsecrets.co, and I'll see you inside. Take care. Bye bye.